Hey everyone. I wanted to record a video today to kind of uh, process and kind of, voice like what's going on and how I feel about it. So a couple weeks ago, I was let go from my job, and there was no reason given, and it was kind of out of the blue. I had just recently gotten a raise and had a really good review, like almost 5 out of 5. So, really wasn't something I expected. And it just kind of threw everything, off for me. And so with that, I decided that I was gonna open my own business. So I've been doing property management for like 10 years. Recently, I was managing vacation rentals in the biggest 55 and older community. So there are lots of them, and we have our quote unquote snowbird season from like January through March. And so I decided to offer not necessarily property management services, but like a la carte services. So things that fit the owner better, gives them more flexibility, especially for the ones that, manage the property and stuff on their own. So I'm in the process of getting that started. I've also been designing different notebooks and things and putting them on Amazon, and just kind of being my own boss, because I realized with my past boss that it just wasn't conducive, and that I'm tired of putting in all of this effort for someone who doesn't appreciate it, for walking on eggshells depending on their mood and all of those things. So a few days, probably about 4 days after I got let go or parted ways, I sent my previous boss a text message and pretty much thanking her, because I no longer had to deal with her bullshit. And you really get to see how people are when you no longer work with them. So when I got let go, everyone that I worked with stopped talking, didn't text me, nothing. And I was just, really surprised, because I had worked with these people for 3+ years and thought that we had built friendships, not just coworker relationships. And so it was really just kind of like eye-opening to kind of see how things pivoted and changed almost instantaneously. So I am now on the journey to building my own business, doing my own marketing, doing my own designing, doing, all of the things that I enjoy doing. I like being creative. I build apps, I build forms, I can, manage websites. I can, do all of these things that are more technological and, creative. And that's really what I want to do anyways. I don't want to be so focused on building someone else's business, especially when it's not appreciated. So I'll give you guys a little peek into what I sent my boss. I don't know that it will all fit on the screen, but I'll see if I can copy it into the description for the video. But it took me a few days to get past everything to be able to put something together, to be able to tell her how I really felt, and how I think that her managing out of fear and to try and control people instead of putting her faith and her trust into people that she's put into positions that had, consistently maintained or grown the department. And so obviously I'm not gonna be contacting any of my previous, owners and stuff that I manage their property, as much as I'd like to, because I had built rapport and relationships and stuff with them. And it was just kind of, nobody told them that I was leaving, nobody anything. And so it just, kind of came to a shock, and I was just, it just is what it is, I guess. So I'm staying on the positive. I'm trusting that God's got everything in control, and I'm home and able to sleep and not having rocks in my stomach and not feeling like if I mess up, it's the end of the world. I have never, that's not true. I have not worked for someone as manipulative and backstabbing and two-faced and just nice to your face and vindictive and stuff behind your back, or say one thing and do another, or be like, oh, I never said that, or oh, I didn't mean that. Communication is key. And especially when you have employees, building the loyalty and the rapport and trusting them, but most of all, communicating with them. If you can't communicate, then you can't run a business. And although this business has been running for a long time, I have no idea how. There is no communication. There is nothing that allows people to flourish and to grow and to not think that their job is in jeopardy all the freaking time. So I no longer have to deal with the bullshit. And I am so happy that I get to move forward in my life. I no longer have to worry about what kind of scenario I'm going to walk into, or who's going to yell at me that day, or who is going to be like, well, why did you follow policy that's in place? Because it's the policy. Because federal fair housing says that we have to treat everybody the same, because that we should have a standard policy across the board and not just to who complains the loudest. Because when you do that, then you just give in and you enable to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So this is my rant and my vent for and information for where things are going. All words of encouragement are definitely appreciated. Any thoughts, feedback? I'm looking to try and get grants. I am looking to try and figure out a way to get this business up and running. So if you want to share, my business, it's Reclaim and Revive LLC. We're on Facebook. I'm looking to maybe expand. I want to do a website. I want to do all of those things and really make it something special, because I put the effort into it. But I appreciate you all if you've made it this far listening to all of my random thoughts and stuff. And I hope that you all have a wonderful, fantastic day and the day you deserve.